Hi guys, Amanda Cline here from Hot Cars, and good morning from the Porsche Experience Center in Atlanta, Georgia. Hi everyone, Amanda Cline here, and I'm sitting with Michelle Rainey. Michelle, can you tell us what your position is and how long you've been with the company?
Sure. So I am the director of Porsche Experience, and I have been with the company 18 years next week. So
I love it.
Just a little bit of time.
Just a little bit of time.
Bit.
So for people who aren't familiar with the Porsche Experience Centers, can you describe like the range of experiences and services that you guys offer here?
Sure. You know, it's great to see the Experience Centers really evolve with the brand. You know, I think when we first opened the Experience Centers in the U.S. in 2015, it was very much focused around the drive and the on-track experience, and which is great because you can drive our full model line. You know, everything from a Boxster to a GT3 RS. And if you don't want to drive, we can drive you. But the experience has really, I think, evolved in that, you know, every year we try and grow. So, you know, there's great dining here.
Yes.
You can come for a meal independent of a drive experience. We do tours where people can learn about the brand, our history, the heritage, what makes Porsche a Porsche. We've got simulators for kids of all ages. So, you know, living out their best automotive dream in a virtual environment. And we do tons of events. So instead of having, you know, a gala or something at a hotel, you can come and have an event in a really bespoke environment.
Can I get married here?
You can. You can get married, and we have had a few weddings.
Oh my God.
Both in the Atlanta and LA facility.
I love it.
Countless numbers of proposals, too.
Oh, okay, genius. Everybody watching, pay attention to that.
Yes.
So we are in one of the exhibits now. This is the Heritage Center.
This is the Heritage Gallery.
The Heritage Gallery. How long does an exhibit here typically last, and where do you find like inspiration for these?
So this is our Heritage Gallery, and we've kind of always said, you know, just like an art gallery, we always want to have the best of the best and keep it fresh. So once a year, we kind of come up with a new theme.
Oh, okay.
And we try to really align the theme with what are our brand stories that year and what do we want people to know about. So this year, our theme is called Pure Emotion.
Okay.
Where what we're trying to tell is really all the stories, not only about the cars, but about the owners and why Porsche is special to them and what is it about their car that creates those unique feelings and meanings. And so what we do is every 6 months, we change out the cars and we kind of refresh those stories within that theme.
That's cool. So even if you've been here like earlier this year, you can come back and experience a whole different thing in the gallery.
Exactly.
You were telling me about moving day.
Yes.
How does moving day work for all the cars?
So it's a very coordinated effort. Moving day, of course, we have to call it a German name, so it's called Umzumtag.
Of course.
Don't ask me to spell it though right now. And what it really is, it's kind of just a fun, very low-key grassroots event where we invite the owners, the car handlers to come and share with us those stories. So they can, you know, kind of tell us what makes that car special to them.
I love it.
We do breakfast. They can take their vehicle out on the track.
Oh, that's so
cool.
cool.
And it's just a whole day where the owners also get to meet each other and make new connections.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That kind of leads into my next question about how you think the experience centers enhance the brand's relationship with customers. So, because I feel like there is such a strong relationship between Porsche and its customers.
Yeah, you know, I would agree. And what's really great about the experience centers is that we welcome everyone. So we want current owners, we want people that are just automotive enthusiasts, or if you have no idea what Porsche is, come, you know, let us kind of explore that opportunity with you. But I think what we do for owners is that we can tell those really great stories. You might buy a vehicle and we're going to provide basically kind of a family for you or a community for you that puts like-minded individuals together in a place where you can share those stories, feel at home, learn new things.
Yeah.
And one of the best avenues that we have with customers in particular then is our new vehicle delivery program. So when you build your car of your dreams, you can choose to take delivery at one of the experience centers here. And what we've always tried to do is create this sense of family within that small group. So when you take delivery here, people come with their families, with their children, with their neighbors, and we do everything we can to kind of create this community. So they sign a wall.
That's
we
so cool.
specialize their experience so that when they come back, they can point up, oh, I was here, I was number 212, and have something really unique.
So next time they come back to pick up their car, they can sign the wall again.
Exactly, and that's happened. Yeah.
I love it. I think I would choose to do that every time. That's so cool. If they take delivery here, can they drive the car on the track after?
So what we do, that is part of the delivery experience.
Oh, cool.
So they will not drive their car on the track, which is probably great. They don't
Probably
have to worry
safer.
about, keep the tires brand new.
Yes.
But we will put them in a vehicle that is most similar to theirs.
Okay, cool.
So they will go out with a Porsche drive coach. And what's so great then is if they specified a vehicle with Porsche dynamic chassis control, we can now demonstrate what that option does. So they can really
Cool.
get that. We're not only talking about it, but we're demonstrating it.
And their car gets to remain clean and go home?
Yes, gets to remain in pristine condition.
So I did get to drive on the West track, and even though I'm an automotive journalist, I am sort of a novice driver, I would say. It's only my second or third time on a track. How do you think that you cater to both novice drivers and experienced enthusiasts at the centers?
I think that's probably the best thing that we do here at the experience centers. I think when you say you're going to drive on a track, a lot of people, especially like you or even me that does it, you get that anxiety because you want to be really good, right? You never want to be like, oh my gosh, that person was horrible. And everything at the experience centers is one-to-one. So you are not having to feel like you're competing with somebody else, and you're learning at your speed. So, probably you noticed with your coach is that we take a few minutes just to understand what brings you here. What is your experience? And at first, we're going to learn about you, and you're going to learn about the car, and we're going to learn together so that, we can go out there and it kind of set what is that base level of, experience and get you comfortable. Also make sure the coach is comfortable.
Yes.
And, from there we can pick up the speed. We can kind of push the pedal a little bit more. And so depending on your skill, just depends how fast we learn, how hard we kind of challenge one another.
Yeah.
But it really is done at the individual level.
Yeah, I had Grant as my coach, and he was great. He asked what my experience was and if I was anxious, and I was very anxious. So he said he would do the Dr. Phil version for me. So he made me feel better, asked if I was okay, and he said if there was anything that I wanted to skip or didn't like, we could skip after that.
Right.
We didn't really skip anything.
Okay.
I feel like I walked away a better driver, so that was really great. He was awesome. My next question is, how do you feel the experience centers play a role in customer education and brand engagement for the brand?
Yeah, we definitely play a role in brand engagement and education. I think one of those things is, just in this space that we are, there's so much history and there's so much to learn about the brand.
Yeah.
And we have a tour program. And
cool.
our tours are led by Porsche Club of America members. And some of the greatest things are those untold stories that you would never find in a book that I think people always love. We tell stories, for example, what makes a Porsche a Porsche? For example, the ignition on the left. And I don't know if you know why the ignition's on the left.
Why? No, I couldn't find it yesterday.
Yeah, so those are the fun facts. So in a Porsche, the ignition is on the left because, as a brand, we have a very strong motorsports history, right? What we take in racing, we apply to our production cars. And when Le Mans first started, it was a running start, right? All the drivers would run to the grid and you would get in there. And our engineers found that, hey, we can be a little faster if we can start the car and put it in gear at the same time.
Oh, I love it.
And so kind of to pay homage to that lineage, we still keep the ignition on the left.
That's so cool.
And so I think it's all those little nuggets of information that we can share with people. And we generally always have the latest and greatest cars available on display as well.
Yes, of course.
So that doesn't hurt.
That's awesome. I think that a lot of people measure success based on numbers and hitting goals, but I feel like Porsche is not a brand that does that. They kind of measure things more on happiness and how people feel when they leave an experience center.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like you measure success and impact of a Porsche Experience Center?
So the one thing I always tell my team is that everyone that comes here is going to expect the cars to be great.
Yes.
Right? I mean, it is a Porsche after all. The engineering is going to be great. It's going to be a wonderful car. Same thing if you dine in our restaurant. You're going to expect the food to be great or have a great piece of, schnitzel.
Yeah.
And for me, what I love is hearing the feedback from customers about how our team made them feel. And so it's about that emotion to me. Did we hit and deliver on that from an just touch point scale to also how our team takes care and how we service the guests that come through here. So for me, that is success.
That's cool. I like that. Very Porsche, I think.
Yes.
So I know that the West Track is a recent addition. Are there any other upcoming, maybe the next exhibit here or anything upcoming for the experience centers that you can share that people can look forward to?
Well, I think one thing that we're always doing is we're always looking to kind of reinvent ourselves and challenge ourselves to grow. Just like Porsche, the vehicle where we say we're evolutionary, not revolutionary, and we kind of take the best and we keep evolving. That's always what we look to do at the PECs. So whether it's adding a new exhibit and a new story, so we will have some things coming in the Heritage Gallery,
cool.
Another exhibit. We're improving our restaurant spaces. We've got some, great events in our Los Angeles facility with Morning Shift. It's kind of a really big cars and coffee event that we do, and we always have fun, creative themes. So we are always looking to grow.
Cool, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Do you have car meets here in the Atlanta PEC?
So we have really not done cars and coffee events on a formal scale here. We've done some things where we might say, let's bring in and have a fun event with all of our exclusive colors.
Oh, cool. That's so fun.
But it is something we are looking to do a little bit more often, but Atlanta is a gated facility.
Oh, yes, very.
So there's a couple different challenges. But again, Los Angeles, if you live in the LA area, we think Morning Shift is known within the car community.
We'll have to check it out out there.
Yes.
All right, this next one is a hard one.
Okay.
Can you share a memorable experience from your time, which is 18 years, working with the Porsche and with the Porsche Experience Centers?
So there's kind of maybe a couple things that stick out in my mind, and I'm going to give you two.
Okay.
Because one is bigger, and one is kind of what I would say a smaller, more organic. But when we opened the Experience Centers, we opened in 2015, and we always wanted to be a part of the community in which we work.
Yeah.
And when we celebrated the brand's 70th year anniversary, we had a big event called Sports Car Together Day Fest.
Oh, cool.
And I felt like it was really the first big celebration that we used in this facility, which is also our North American headquarters, to invite the local Atlanta community in.
Oh, cool.
So we did a lot with the HBCUs in Atlanta. We did a lot with youth organizations, and we had drum lines, we had step shows.
Cool.
We had really our first large, just kind of big open house event where we had roughly 2,000 people come through and have experiences with us that would probably never had come to a Porsche Center or had an experience with the brand before then. So that's
cool.
this big moment. And then on the smaller scale, one of the things that I love that we do, as I mentioned, is our new vehicle delivery program. And I remember this father and son that came, and the father had worked his whole life. You know, a Porsche 911 was his dream. He said probably since he was 2 years old, right? And he came with his 10-year-old son, and they picked up their Porsche vehicle. And they had matching shirts on, and their shirt said, "You can't buy happiness, but you can buy a Porsche." And that's pretty much the same thing.
That's so funny.
And they were just so excited about everything. They took in every moment, and even just seeing their expression on their face when we revealed their car was one of those priceless moment.
I love it. Yes. That's so cool. I hope that his kid gets to come back and do that again.
I know.
That's so fun.
So once a year, all the graphics, all that, the theme will change.
Okay.
And then again, every 6 months is when we change out all of the vehicles.
Cool.
And the team loves them when they're pushers, meaning not so much. But this one over here was actually kind of fun because every one of the team felt they needed to sit in it before they moved it in. So we have some comical pictures.
I love it. It's so cute. I took a video of it earlier.
Did you?
I saw it. So cool.
It's great.
So what is all of this over here at this end?
So this end, it's when we built the Heritage Gallery, again, a big buzzword I think for everything we do is we always want to be authentic to the brand. And when you go to Germany and you're in the kind of old classic buildings and the restoration, this was kind of the brick that you would see in the old buildings in Germany.
Oh, cool.
So we had worked with our exhibition agency to kind of give that same very authentic feel of a classic environment.
Oh, cool.
And so this is just an area where, you know, when we have, you know, people that donate archives or when we collect it, it's kind of our small version of a museum archives, but it's also where we can kind of share the footprint of what our facility is. Now we realize we probably need another model because, you know, last April we expanded our facility and we doubled our track, so we have two. But this was our original footprint, and this model was actually built when our executives wanted to share what the vision was for the Experience Center in the US with our German counterparts. So this model was built so that we could talk about what we were doing, also talk about what makes the US market a little bit different and how our Experience Center was going to be operated.
Cool.
So you've got our headquarters here, which is unique. And a fun note about our building itself is when we were doing the RFP and we worked with different design firms, we had 7 different architects give us plans. We landed on an architect called HOK, and they've done some other work in this city that they're known for. But the thing that we loved about it was that the track runs through the building.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, you know, actually, if you can see right here, you know, it does run through the building.
Yeah.
And so we always said it feels like it connects the heartbeat of our brand with all, you know, the people.
I love it.
So that's what we really loved about it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Is this, I didn't get to see this. This is a little like Cayenne off-road center?
So yes. And it's funny because, you know, people will think like, I really want to be on track. I want to be driving fast. But everyone loves our off-road module. So It is for the Cayennes. It has 21 different obstacles.
Oh, wow.
And some pretty challenging climbs, tilts, descents, scissor bridges, just really kind of fun activities to go through.
So there's something for everyone here.
There is something for everyone, yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for showing us down
You're
here. I love
welcome.
it. This whole area is really cool and very well thought out, obviously.
Yes.
Very cool.
I mean, you might joke because, you know, I think you had asked me what my favorite part was. So my favorite part is when you're sitting right here at the south end of our facility in our restaurant 356, which has the best sunsets in all of the city.
Cool.
And you're sitting at the bar with a drink watching the cars go round.
I'll be back for that.
And seeing everyone come in with a great smile.
With the little Porsche-shaped butters.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so
You're
much. I
welcome.
appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
That's so cool. When I come back, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching our video of the Porsche Experience Center here in Atlanta, Georgia. I hope you had fun. I know I did. If you're ever in the area, definitely stop by and check it out. Thanks to Porsche Cars North America for having us. Amanda Cline signing off.